I saw yesterday, because now that Jamison Williams is playing and practicing today and stuff like that, he looked good with the little leggings on, keeping his legs warm, that the return of Jameson Williams was always going to be Minnesota. It was never going to be before that. Never going to be before Minnesota. When they drafted him, it was projected they were targeting the Minnesota Vikings game as his return. All the time. And we're going to need him to come through. So he had 8 targets. He was in victory formation, the funniest thing I've ever seen. And Dan Campbell was planning on using Jameson Williams as a gunner on punt coverage. But they never punted. Now, how do y'all feel about that? I got no problem with it. We can't baby the man. The man was a punt. He was a gunner, a punt returner in college. Jameson Williams doesn't want to be baby. I don't want him to be baby. He didn't play. You can't be a baby playing tackle football, having 300-pound men running at a man full speed. You can't be a baby. Mr. Poole says, I keep saying Dan and Brad are on the same page. Dan may not be Brad's guy, but it doesn't seem to matter. Yeah, they're like, what was it, man? Perfect strangers. Balky and the other guy. I don't remember his name, but Balky. I remember Balky. Plus, he's young and wild kid who loves the game. Gotta let the dog eat. Facts. Making tackles, I'm cautious a bit. Sprinting down the field while getting pushed seems like a great start. Yeah, I saw a couple tackles Jameson made. He was down there so quick. All he had to do was touch the dude's feet, and he tripped him up. Dom says the gunner-ish is pure foolery, tomfoolery. Well, I disagree with you. The man's a football player. He was gunning in college. Let the man gun. You can't baby him now that he's in the NFL. We got to stop with that. We cannot put Jameson Williams in a little bubble and put him on a shelf and have him do what we want him to do. If he wants the gun and the coach wants him to gun, send him. He was doing it in college. Why? What is the issue now? He didn't get hurt playing gunner. He got hurt being a receiver. Jameson Williams is a grown football playing man. We cannot treat him like Bubble Boy. I think they did not play him too much last week, but we were dominating Jacks, and they did not want to put too much on tape before this important game against Minnesota. That could be the way. That could be the way. Don't take him 12 to be a gunner, bro. His value is on offense. His value is where you use him. If he was a cornerback, if he could play both sides of the ball, put him in. His value is being part of the team. Come on, man. I get y'all being cautious. But the dude got hurt receiving. Nobody was screaming about him being a gunner before he got hurt. Eric says, it's just like his routes. Run sprints while vying for position. The gunner usually break down, and it's the third guy who makes the tackle. He's supposed to get there for a fair catch every time. Didn't Jameson Williams get ejected for targeting when he was playing gunner? I believe he did. But on to this week. Jameson Williams will get more targets. I saw somebody. I got to say this, too. I meant to say this in the last segment. We need to beat the brakes off the Minnesota Vikings. We need to beat the brakes off the Minnesota Vikings. I saw Minnesota Sports, locked on Minnesota Sports, and it was a guy on there. He was yapping at the gums. And outside of a few Vikings fans who are very realistic, we're getting disrespected again. And I want to beat the brakes off the Minnesota Vikings. We gave them one at their house. Ford Field's going to be rocking. I want to destroy them. All this is metaphorical, what I'm about to say. I want to take our foot. I want to take that football and cram it down their throat like something from a Saw movie. That's what I want. I am tired of people running their mouth about our team. There's nothing worse than somebody talking about your team who don't know your team. I'm telling you, especially when it comes to the Lions. But as far as Jameson Williams is concerned, Jamison Williams is a football player. He doesn't do kickoff. He does punt. All right? A punt, usually the trajectory is a lot higher. The ball is in the air much, much longer. All right? Lions Manny says, I want to win. I don't care how it's done. And that's facts. But if we can sprinkle a little spice on there, I'll take it. So, listen, if you want to protect Jameson Williams, then you need to put him in a little bubble. Make sure he wear bubble wrap while he out there. He got bubble wrap in his feet. He got bubble wrap in his pads. He got bubble wrap everywhere. As Nick pointed out in the show from Monday, he didn't take his helmet off the whole game. The dude is a player. In my opinion, yes, do the coaches have to protect him from himself? Of course. They might have to step in to do that. But everybody was so shocked when Dan Campbell said he would be a gunner when none of us were questioning it in college. Could you imagine Jameson Williams taking a punt return to the crib? Come on, man. We got to let the man play. We've been waiting for him to play. We got to let him play. Injuries are part of the game. They happen whether you're a receiver, a gunner, or not. Matthew Stafford is a quarterback and has a spinal contusion. And he's the most protected man in football. So we can't protect these guys from the injuries of the game. We can be smart, but we can't protect them forever. It's part of the game. So let me know what y'all think.